Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Uh-huh. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Are you the Keymaster?
You can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk.
As if.
Hello, you guys. I am back. My name is Christy Shin. I'm also Horror Studios. I'm also known as Demon Bitch. And just I'm here with me, the Swagnificent One, or King Daniel Taylor, and he is the creator of Jarhead. And he actually, I found out in one of the first issues, Bill McCormick, one of my good Facebook friends, is also the writer. He actually helped write this shit out. I mean, King Taylor, it's his idea and he wrote it, but Bill did the script from what I remember of what the reading material was. And it's really good. I'll have him talk about it in a bit. But first of all, news is that I will be at San Diego Comic-Con from the 19th to the 23rd of July in San Diego, obviously. I'm Small Press N05. I want you guys to go check it out. I'm also representing Caps, but Caps will have a separate booth of F01. So with that being said, let's go dive right in and talk about King's stuff. Is it King or Daniel? Which one should I refer you to?
Hey, you can call me King or Daniel. It's up to you.
All right. So let me go play it. Would you want me to start off with the videos first for Jarhead to kind of give samples of the artwork or anything?
Hey, it's up to you. I mean, I could start it off, whatever you want to do.
Well, why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and talk about Jarhead. Let's put this epic ass picture up. Actually, let's see. Here's some of the artwork right here, which is really good. Oh, okay, we'll leave that up there so people can see your face. So, what's Jarhead about? I read it, but I think you should talk about it.
Well, Jarhead is about a Marine, basically a mercenary / archangel, out for the justice for the killing of his parents. And, he's out for justice, but he meets God along the way, and he learns his true purpose of who he is, you know what I'm saying? And basically, he learns that he's an ass kicker. He learns that he's God's warrior. He's God's judgment upon the wicked. So who's ever wicked amongst the earth, on the earth, Jarhead comes and brings God's judgment to them, on them.
So would you say that this is kind of a religious comic or separate from that? And again, there's no wrong or right answer. And I'm going to put up another couple pictures up here. But, for you, does it come from a religious experience, or does it come from you for actual experience? Like, this is a story you wanted to write?
Well, I would say it comes from basically, it's not religious at all, really. It's spiritual, and it's basically you deal with, my spiritual background is, I deal with demons, I deal with, angels and everything, and I see God and I deal with a lot of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So my encounters with God and demons and devils and all that stuff and angels, what I did was basically put all of my encounters, all of my things that I've dealt with, and all of my stuff that I've seen and heard and felt and went through my life, a lot of it, I basically made a story out of it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That sounds good. So do you have a military background at all, or no?
Well, my father is a Marine, and he's a Marine vet basically, and I made that off of because of him, because he's my hero, and he's somebody that I really, really, really wanted to be like when I was a child. And that's actually the black character is Smash X, which I'll basically explain who he is.
Yeah.
He's a character basically he's a Hebrew character, which is Samson's nephew. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you read the Bible or whatever, but he's Samson's nephew, and he took on the strength of Samson, and he took on the hair of his uncle, his power and his anointing. But what he has to separate from Samson is his smarts and his strength. You know what I'm saying? He's stronger than Samson.
Mhm.
He basically, as he became a slave, he became a monster. They made him to a monster, a beast. And he was a fighter. He was a cage fighter, and he was a slave as a child, and he was basically, split apart from his family. So he don't know who his mother is. He don't know who his family is. He was born in slavery. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, who is the artist in a lot of these drawings as well? I don't know if you were the artist or who is the artist that you commissioned for.
Some of them were most of it was Leo Gundam and I forget his name. I'll let you know once it comes back to me.
Sure.
But another one was Eder Macias, and another was Brett Strong and everything. And it's a lot of characters that I worked with. This particular piece was awesome. It is from my actual latest action book. It's full of action. It's not a lot of talking. It's a small action book, and it's basically called the Collision of the Colossus, where basically Jarhead saves his friend from being cloned, which is Smash X, and he basically gets into a fight because Smash X was basically controlled. You know how like when you see in the comics if somebody is controlled or hypnotized or whatever,
Yeah.
and they fighting against it's basically like that. But he beats him up and he snaps him out of the hypnosis or whatever.
Yeah.
He's under the control of Demented Deuce, which is my leading villain in my story.
Now, who's Demented Goose about? Like, what's his background? What's his thing?
His background is basically he's everything that you could think of that's evil. Everything that you could think of that is evil in the world. Everything that you could think of that is bad.
So,
Every character. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Is he the devil, you think? Or you're not revealing that yet?
He is how can I say this? He is a incarnation.
Kind of like an avatar of the devil. Kind of like how Shiva, how he had different like human avatars.
Exactly. And but he is a lot different than Satan. Demented Deuce actually is he's a reptilian.
Oh.
And he, I know a lot of people heard he's a reptilian species. I don't have to go into details about that. You already know, a lot of people already know about that.
Yeah.
But in the story, as you go on in the story, every person who is under the control of Demented Deuce, they all become to look like him.
Oh, okay.
A reptilian, you know what I'm saying? And basically, he's very, very evil. So like in the book 2, you'll be able to see where he basically, like, the guy is a book. Okay, let me go back. In book 1, in the scene in the back of, like, in the last part of the book 1, Dimitri gets away, right? Dimitri gets away, and he basically is driving up to this high top, like what you call that? What do you call those things? Those big buildings, skyscraper. Yeah. And he pulls up to the skyscraper in the van, and he goes through the double doors, and he comes through the elevator, and he tells the boss, Jarhead is alive. And Demented Deuce comes out and says, "What? Jarhead is alive?" And you see Demented Deuce, half of his face is in the half of his face is in the light, and half of his face is in the dark. Kind of like when the old fashioned villain, when you see his half of their face in the dark and half of their face in the light and everything. And yeah, I mean, and then basically you see him pull out his Glock or his Desert Eagle, and he points at him. Never send a boy to do a man's job. Pow! And he pops him in his head, and the blood and guts splatter all over the pages.
Wow.
That's a
nuts.
splash page.
That's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, yeah.
a page right there.
That would be a good, literally and metaphorically, a splash page.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
this is Q or Quentin. We like to call him King Taylor. So King Daniel. So say hi, Q, King Daniel.
What's
Say
up,
hi.
brother?
Nice to meet you, King.
Yeah, he'll pop
What's
on.
up with you?
Yeah, he's over in the Netherlands. Q. So he pops on.
Awesome, awesome,
Yeah. So
awesome.
yeah, so that's
Thank-
kind of cool. So yeah,
Thank you, Jim O'Reilly.
Yeah. Jim's pretty good. Jim does really fantastic sculptures and things like that. You should check out his work. He's on my Facebook.
Awesome. Awesome. I know Jim. Me and him.
You know
He's
Jim.
been on one of my shows. Yeah, he's been on one of my shows.
You know everybody, dude.
Yeah, I've had everybody. I've had Eric Larson. I've had all kinds of people. You know, I'm on. Yeah, I've done a lot. I've done a lot. But if you have any questions for me, just ask away.
Cool.
Right. So that's really cool. So I'm taking off Jarhead for now because it's like we're doing a draw stream. But guys, there's a link at the bottom that you can tell, and I put also in the comments of where you can buy a copy of Jarhead. So far, you only have issue 1 out right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
We're working on.
Oh, go on. Sorry.
We're working on part 2 of Jarhead. It should be out soon, very, very soon. I should have gold covers and silver covers. There's only going to be 3 of each. The gold, three gold covers and 3 silver covers. Those are going to be the 6 issues, first 6 issues of Jarhead. That is going to be out. That's going to be all gold and silver. So you will not find them nowhere else. You will be able to get them from me. You know what I mean? And you will be able to, whoever have those covers years from now, you will be able to make a lot of money off of them one day. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a blast. It's going to be real big soon.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think a lot of times people, it's not only having a good product, but you're just persistent marketing it. Because it's like very rarely does an actual product take off right away. Like people like Demon Bitch when she first came out, and I got really good reception. But I'd say when it really hit was when, like, at least a year or 2 ago, and now it's really blowing up, which I really like. But you have to always be in like the first year. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not leaving room for that possibility out, but it's like just sheer persistence that you guys do it. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, I think King Daniel, you've been around for at least a few years that I've known you. I think we've known each other for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I've been around for 17 years.
Yeah, well, there you go. So yeah, I mean, I didn't know you then, but I'm just saying, like, you took a while, but it's like you're in this mode where longevity is really just persistence. Like people say, oh well, I'm in it to get famous and shit. It's like, well, that's kind of like then you're not going to be persistent. It's just going to be flat in the pan.
Well, yeah, because the thing about it is, I tell people on my show, you want longevity. You don't want to just become famous right off the bat. You want to know why? Because if you become famous right off the bat, you will not learn anything. You will not learn nothing. And the fact is that you will not learn anything. It's like saying, okay, Michael Jordan if Michael Jordan would have won all those championships and never went through anything, he wouldn't have grown and became the greatest of all time, and he wouldn't have won all those more of those championships. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And if you never failed, don't be afraid to fail, because when you're afraid to fail, you'll be like, man, I don't want to learn. And patience is the key, because you have to grow. You have to grow. Growing pains will come. I'm telling you now. Don't think just because you got a lot of sales, it will fall flat on your face. Trust me. Just because you got sales now or later, or like soon as you bring your book out, you will fall flat on your face. That's because you have to learn, and that's just a humbling spot, because you have to learn to get back up. Sometimes people don't. Sometimes people fall and they never get back up. You see
Well,
what I'm saying?
I think also what's a kind of a problem if you get, oh, hey, Catherine, how's it going? Catherine Bartlett, greetings from Germany. Hello, how are you? I
That's
think
one of
I've,
my people.
I think I've
Guten
seen you, Catherine, on
Abend.
another show. Oh, is this your show? I mean, this is your people right here?
Yeah, one of my
Oh,
people.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that, and also please subscribe if you haven't to his channel, King Daniels, and you can go and subscribe to mine as well as the Madness Network. We're cross broadcasting everywhere. I'm also on Twitch, and I think I'm on Twitter as well, both on Madness and both on my own stuff at Horror Tour Studios. So, and you could scan the QR code right over here on this side where it says "Scan Me," and you guys get my get my get my socials, at least for me. So, but yeah, I think it's interesting also what I've noticed with people who are young and they get fame, they fuck it up by burning bridges so fast by just talking shit online. Not even
Hmm.
so young, and it's kind of crazy because it's like sometimes half the people that I want to say to is like just like shut the fuck up, like don't talk shit. Like they'll start talking mad shit about this one person or that person or a certain situation. It's like, do you guys kind of understand that talking shit like that is not a smart thing to do? It's kind of like also I think they forget it's like, oh well, like I'm not in their face, so what are they going to do about it? It's like plenty, because those people won't hire you, and you have to understand if you make kind of a fucked up spectacle of yourself, then you're going to end up not getting hired because more people look than what they like. You get what I mean? Like I've noticed, like sometimes I don't get as much likes, and yes, that's supposed to propel the algorithm and all that. But what I've learned is that if you're a dick, people will silently just shut you out, or if you're talking a ton of mad shit. So that's why it's like sometimes I've said to people, "See, I'm Gen X. I don't know what generation you are. You look so young. I can't tell, King Daniel. But I mean, I look young too, so people can't tell either. But I'm technically Gen X, and the thing is that we were the ones that like, if we got into fights, it was face to face. It wasn't like, when you saw people talking mad shit. Like sometimes I'll say to other people and kind of laugh. I said, wow, these fuckers have never been in a real fight before, have they? Because like how they talk, it's like borderline. It's like sometimes in a lot of cases, very borderline, if not outright illegal to do. Like they'll actually start legit like death threatening somebody. And I'm like going, that is really stupid that you guys are doing that. Because if you do, it's like people are going to see that too. And they're not going to appreciate that. Oh, wait, can't hear you, man.
Sorry about that. Well, yeah, a lot of people are so quick to, you know, throw you out throw you out in the trash. You know what I'm saying? Because they find out things about you and they judge you before they get to know you. You know, and I've been around. I've been in this industry for years, and I've seen a lot. You know, and in this industry is a lot of clicks. And what I mean by clicks is a lot of people who, if you're not doing what they're doing, if you don't agree what they say, if you don't do what they tell you to do, or if you don't like do it the way they want you to do it, then you're just trash. You're not. They won't shut you out. And there's a lot of gatekeepers in this motherfucker. Sorry about that, but there's a lot of fucking gatekeepers,
Yes.
and I'm against them. I'm against them in every way. Fuck them. You know, go to hell. I don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, you got to be yourself. In this industry, you have to make a name for yourself. And a lot of people don't have the balls to make a name for themselves. They want to copy off of everything Marvel does, DC does. Do what you want to do. Stop basically building up another person's. That's basically putting money in another person's mouth. or basically put in another person's pocket. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Put money in your pocket and stop complaining that when they do get the money, they're assholes to you. You know what I'm saying? You know how like when you go to a convention and you see one of your greatest heroes, one of your favorite artist or writer, right? And he's an asshole to you,
Yeah.
right? And then you wonder why, and they treat you like shit, right? You wonder why they do that. It's because the people that buy their shit is enabling them to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing, too. I think also having been a professional in it, my personal thing, by the way, I'm going to take a quick moment to say hi to Prismatics. Hello, Prismatics. Sorry, we did not get a chance to say hi to you. I apologize. I was listening to King Daniel because I wanted to hear him talk on that, but I wanted to not ignore you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's fine. That's fine. Hello. I had
Yeah,
some issues with my computer. That's why I kicked myself off.
yeah. It's like Catherine Bartlett. Thanks. I wouldn't want to miss it. You already taught me a lot before I even started typing. Yeah, I mean the thing is that here's the thing. End of story is that when you go and you in those companies too, they've seen a lot of people flake out in general, right? On the other hand, and I'm not okaying douchey behavior and anything, but so when you look at it, they have to invest a certain amount of capital into you. So what do? They actually now a lot of companies are watching people. Like they watch people like how many Kickstarters you run, how many of them are successful, how do you conduct yourself online, things like that. You don't need to be picture perfect, but you get what I mean. Like, are you the type to spread drama or stupid fights or some bullshit? You know what I mean? It's just like one of those deals where you're kind of going like, okay, well, all right, you can't be doing that shit. You actually have to go and actually conduct yourself well on this shit. Because if you don't, and if you're going around starting fights, like that's going to be a lot of PR backlash. Potentially, they may have to fire you, and it might be this whole entangling thing if you go and get into stupid fights all the time. And I see people do it a lot in this industry. It's like, why did you just go and troll J. Scott Campbell? And it's like, well, he's an asshole. It's like, well, okay, you may think so, but if you just provoke somebody for no reason, I'm not saying I think he is or anything. I'm just using it as an example, guys, by the way. An artist for being douchey to them or starting fights with somebody famous, it's like, what's that say about you? You know what I mean? Because there are some people that I've seen that have used that J. Scott Campbell, like, I was an asshole to them. Like, he's an asshole, so I was an asshole, and I'm going to go and do that. And it's like, dude, why'd you pick a fight with them? 9 times out of 10, it's them picking the fight. It's not the person that they're picking the fight with. You know what I mean? So it's just like, if you go around doing shit like that and people see you, they will observe you and know that, it's one thing to have an argument or two. Yes, you will burn some bridges because there are some people that you should just not do business with or you don't get along with. That's kind of normal. But where you go and you just purposely go and just start shit with everybody, it's ridiculous. And the thing is, that's why it's better to establish your own brand first before you head straight into any comic company. And again, I'm not saying if you do and you succeed, that's a bad thing. Some people I've seen succeed with that. But the better way to write your own ticket is to create your own IP, show longevity, persistence, and not only talent. Because there's a lot of talented people, but a lot of people are not persistent. Like they give up a lot, or they and get distracted. So it's just kind of keep plugging away at it, and then you will be noticed. And also they go like, okay, well, this person might suck at the beginning. I'm not saying your stuff does, but in general. But then it's like you see growth, and they like that. That's what Comic Art Professional Society also does, is that we have to look at the professionals' growth. Like it's not necessarily in the amount of years, but it's just like what they do and how much they've grown, instead of just like, oh, I just drew like a stupid cartoon on a piece of paper and that's it. That you should consider me a professional now. It's like, no. But then again, I've also gone to people and I've really had a serious conversation with them. Like when I've been on panels and people's like, I am surprised that this is even a question, but it's sad because it is. It's like, well, how do I become an artist? I don't feel like I am because I have a day job. I'm like, what? It's like, you have a day job because you have a day job. It doesn't mean you're any less of an artist. Sometimes your career needs to take some time to go and ramp up. So by all that means, have a day job. If it's a shitty job or a good job, just use it for what it is until you get to the point where you can write your own ticket as an artist or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. I said, you're not. I said, I wish nobody would ask this question anymore because you are no less of a creator if you do.
Right.
I got a day job too, and
Yeah.
am I an artist? I'm still am. As long as I you just got some ideas pop into my head and do something, create your own creativity, and say, yeah, you're an artist.
Yeah. Like for me, it's like, hold on. My mouse is being a bitch right now. So I apologize. I'm trying to highlight K-pop's stuff. Okay, there we go. So with her, she's saying also everyone has bad days. You might have just caught them after 5 cons in a row, need to pee and eat. It happens. Yeah, I would agree with that. And
It's part of life.
yeah, and it says good points. So I mean, the thing is, yeah, they're human too. Like there was that famous incident over at New York City Comic Con last year where Peach Momoko, some fans were real assholes to her. And the thing is, like, she had a huge line, but they didn't cut it off, or something happened. But either way, the line kind of got out of control. And like, she was being really nice. Art supplies don't pay for themselves, don't we know it? But like but the thing is that she was. I think she was nice, and she kept taking people on to do signatures and to do remarks. I think in New York City Comic Con, and some people were real assholes about it. They're like, "Oh, why the fuck did we have to wait in line?" It's like, it's Peach Momoko. You're going to have to wait in line. Oh, well, and some of them I think online were calling her a bitch. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? You know what I mean? There was a lot of factors and I wasn't there, but I've heard of things like that. And it's like, this is ridiculous. It's like, and again, with people that are my fans, when they come up to me and they talk to me, I try to get to know each and every one of them. Maybe it's not quite as feasible to know them all by name, but I remember them and they buy my shit randomly or they tell their friends to buy my shit. And that's how it spreads. Like people really lower how real things, like real media and stuff. Okay, so K-pop, you were there, I take it. Or about it more than I do. But she needed line control big time. Felt so bad for her. She did above and beyond the amount she was planning on doing. So you were at NYCC last year, right? Because unfortunately, as I said, I heard she's really nice. And, and I've met some other artists like Yoshi Oshitani. Like, even though like the book that she was on, I am Starfire was panned. It was not her fault due to her being an artist. She actually contributed a lot more to that book and made it a lot better. Because I started reading I Am Not Starfire and I couldn't get into it, but it was not her fault. I just couldn't get into it. Your friends were, oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So I try to be nice to other artists because I primarily started off as an artist too before I started writing too and created my own shit. But yeah, like, there are times I don't feel good. Like today I was telling King Daniel, like, I don't know if I'll be able to do the whole show because I feel kind of shitty. But we're human, kind of. Our bodies kind of like give us the finger every so often because a lot on our mind. Like we were talking about it before the show, like how tired we were, but it wasn't like physically tired. It was more mentally tired. Like for me, I have to pop out a bunch of artwork for a project that I'm doing, part of the video game promo. I've got a Kickstarter planning on September. I was talking with K-pop Junkie too to be on the show at some point before that or during that time. And I've been setting that up. And then on top of that, figuring out costs for product and everything. So I'd like to go and say, like, for everybody else, like, how's your schedule going? What you got going? Daniel first, and then also a guest on the show. Like, what you got going for everybody?
Well, like in what way?
Like just projects or whatever you're doing in general, either with Jarhead or other things, or what you're planning to do. And if you're their table.
What I'm doing is basically I'm working on a new. I'm working on bringing out part 2 of Jarhead. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be explosive. This one is, if you actually read book 1, which Christy has read book 1, and a lot of people who have Jarhead part 1 will know that I put a lot of craziness into it. But part 2 is going to be explosive, and it's going to be a lot of blood and killing, and a lot of saving and a lot of shit,
gore.
a lot of gore. You know what I mean? A lot of ass kicking as well.
Nice.
One, like, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, I'm also working on coming out with accessories. I actually got the actual you know those Desert Eagles that from the Jarhead poster that you just put up of Jarhead?
Let me take a look. Let me find that for you guys really quick. Is this
Not to be
one, right?
confused from the movie.
Yeah, those gold Desert Eagles. We actually 3D and we 3D printed those Desert Eagles, right? And we put the Jarhead label on it, logo on it, and we sold them. Actually, sold some of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and those are actually real Nerf guns too.
Oh, cool. So they're actual Nerf gun 3D prints of Desert Eagles, basically, right?
Yeah. And we worked on them for a while now, and we still have one pair left. One pair of them left. They are actually gold, real gold.
Oh,
Um,
so
um, what'd you say?
how can somebody grab that, or are they not sound, or do they
Well,
not? Are they not for sale? Excuse me.
they're actually for sale. People will have to talk to me and see if what they want, how much do they want, or whatever. Um, I could talk to one of my guys that I'm working with to build them, and we could see what we could do.
Oh, nice.
Um, we're actually also doing actually doing statues. Um, we're actually doing
Figurines.
yeah. Um, it's a lot of stuff that I'm coming up with. I forgot to tell everybody for the In Your Space show. I'm actually interviewing soon, very very soon, the very first person that played Jason Voorhees,
Oh, nice.
and
Who's that?
Ooh.
his name is Ari Lehman.
That guy sounds familiar. Yeah.
He's the first ever guy that ever played Jason. He's the OG of the Jason franchise,
Nice.
and I've been I've actually I've actually been doing this show for I would say a year and a half. I've actually done 137 episodes. I have actually eclipsed my goal of 100 episodes before the year was up last year.
Oh, nice. So K-pop, as K-pop junkie, she's basically, so she knows who he is apparently. So she's aware of him. It's like that picture looks really impressive. Yeah, who is the artist for this one?
That is Brett Strong.
So this is Brett's. I've seen Brett's work. I'm just trying to remember because I don't want to sound like I'm like trying to go and put everybody in a mold, but I gotta say that sometimes I just get so I get so wrapped up in stuff. I like have to remember whose artwork is what. So sorry, Brett Strong. I do know your work. My brain has been fried lately.
Brett Strong, and the color is Jessica God.
Jessica Gott.
Mm-hmm.
Is she still around? I'm trying to remember because I know there was this one color she passed away recently. That wasn't her, right? Okay, the name sounded familiar, and I apologize. I'm not trying to sound morbid. I just remembered that. I said, "Is this the person that passed away?"
Well,
Oh,
you know, with a lot of people, when I work with them, I try to give them a chance to, make a name for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And give them a chance to be, work on something like Jarhead to have under their belt. So that way, when they do get the chance to work on something from Marvel and DC, they'll be familiar with, characters like Jarhead. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, I've been here for 17 whole years, and it hasn't been it hasn't been an easy road. It has not been an easy road. I will say that.
okay.
Um,
So really quick, so some people have come in here later. So just to let you guys know, so who I'm speaking with is King Daniel Taylor, and he's the creator of Jarhead and the writer of Jarhead. And up on my upper bit is Quentin, and then on the lower bit is Prismatics. They're both friends of mine. And then I am Christy Shin. I'm the creator of Demon Bitch and the president of CAPS. So the swag. Is this on your channel? Where can we see your show? Actually, do me a favor, King Daniel, if you could put in the private chat the handle that, like, a link to all your socials. I can put
Uh-huh.
it in the chat, in the general chat, so people can know.
Hold on for just a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get them.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll
or
be
like
right back.
a main link where everybody can grab your stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get the links. I forgot to bring the links in. I'll
It's
be
all
right
right.
there.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. So yeah, you could just drop them in the private chat. So he's gonna go grab them. But yeah, pretty much he'll be back in a minute. So yeah, but I'm right now working on some things with Demon Bitch. But King Daniel and we've known each other, I think, for at least a couple of years, which is kind of funny because like I just realized, oh geez, I've known this guy for a while, but it's like, where did the time go? But yeah, we're looking at it there. And yeah. So I mean, somebody's asking me for because Eddie D'Angelini, he runs Heidi Ho and Jeffrey's Comics, and he just dropped his first Kickstarter and stuff. So there you go. So you can find the links to my stuff either by scanning the red QR code, or you can go and look at Demon Bitch at Horror Studios on Linktree, linktr.ee/Horror Studios or horrorstudios.com. So either way, it will take you to the same place and you can go and look at it, go find my shop, whatever. All right. So let's see here. He'll shortly give it. So, and my mouse was just being stupid because of all the shit. Okay. So go ahead and drop it in the private chat.
Okay.
Drop it off.
I'm back now. I'm about to drop it right now.
The king. Make way for the king.
So I'm at Horror Studios myself for my YouTube. So try to go ahead and subscribe to that too. Because sometimes I don't do stuff on the Madness channel or I do it independently. Let's see.
There you go.
Got it. Hold on. My mouse is being a bitch, so pardon me on this. Just trying to figure out where it's at because like I got the screen and everything. All right. I think I had the Facebook one, but I don't. Oh, I had. No, I put it up there. Follow Jarhead. I put that up there. And I have this one, his YouTube channel. Let me just put the YouTube channel. I have that. So this is his YouTube channel, In Your Face Show. And then I'll put up his follow Jarhead link up there too. And I'll put in my thing as well, so it's easier to follow my things. Everything's like focused on that. Oh, actually, I should do that.
Is it windy today?
Is it windy over there where you're at, dude?
Man.
I just had my fan on. That's all. Don't worry about it.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry about it. All right, hold on. Let me turn my fan off.
Is it windy today?
That explained the background noises. I didn't want to be rude or say anything because that noise kept bothering me.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Sorry about that. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. Thank God
There's
you're
a
a
lot of-
Cancer fan.
We talk about a lot of stupid things on that show, and a lot of stupid things happen on this show. So there you go. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
After all, it is the madness.
After
Mhm.
all, yeah.
But not like a lot of the stuff that the In Your Face show talks about. We talk about all kinds of stuff. You know, I do also roundtable discussions
Mhm.
as well every Sunday with comic creators and comic book store owners and everything. So if you want to come over there and hang out and talk about shit that you never talked about, just come on over and let's have some fun. You know.
Yeah. We're all about having fun here. So
Hell yeah.
So Comic-Con. So I'm going. I don't know. I don't think any of you guys are going. I don't think.
Actually, which Comic-Con?
San Diego Comic-Con.
I can't make that one. I can't make that one,
mega
but I actually got my press pass, so I'm actually working on going to the New York Comic-Con.
Damn, I want to go
okay.
there myself. Talking shit sounds good to me. There you go. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You know, yeah, like I have my press pass and I'm able to like I'm working on doing a lot of interviews when I get there.
Who are you going to plan to interview?
every hopefully everybody that's there.
Yeah.
You know, man. Because the thing about it is too is that because I have my press pass and stuff like that, I'm able to do a lot of stuff that a lot of folks can't do. You know, like go backstage, all that good stuff. You know, um, and it's cheap too. The press passes and everything. People don't understand. People, are like, where do you get them? You have to have a internet presence, social media presence, whatever. Yeah. Whew, yeah. So how's everybody today? How's
Well, I'm doing okay. I'm just busy getting this video game shit done. And it's been fun. I mean, it's like we finally got it together because we were discussing it. I would like to know if most of your characters get their names spontaneously or if they're drawn and created to match their future images. For me, I kind of drew mine and I named it afterwards. For me, and that was just because I heard like stuff like demon bitch. Like I heard this one girl cursing at another girl, and she called her demon bitch and all that other shit. So that was pretty funny. But other than that, for me, it was like I just sort of simultaneously did it. How about you, King Daniel?
well, when it comes to my characters, I sit back and I listen to everything. When it comes to say, like if I'm watching a movie, that's where I got that name Jarhead. I actually was watching a movie and I seen the movie Jarhead, and I'm like, So I was like, okay, Jarhead. So I'm like, character. But somebody was like, oh, you can't use that name. Actually, you can use that name because it's a name of many, not just a name of one. You see what I'm saying?
Well, it's also
And
It's a
I've
many
understood.
meanings, right?
yeah,
Well,
it's like a title.
yeah, it's like Jarhead. It's like a well, I mean, you know how like guys in the military fuck with each other all the time, and they'll call each other.
Hmm.
So Jarhead is like a nickname for a Marine. Now, sometimes it can be titled as a pejorative or whatnot.
Right. And that's where I got that one. But when it came to Demented Deuce, I was actually looking at Joker, and I was looking at Magneto, and I said, well, how do I put these two together? And I came up with a great character. You know what I'm saying? And I put them together, and I said, Demented Deuce. Okay, Demented and Deuces. Like I love the card a deuce. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, go with that one. Demented Deuce. So okay. And then when it comes to Smash X, well, me, I see it's crazy. You know what I mean? I was looking at the Hawk and I said, we don't have a lot of face, big, bulky, brute characters. So I said, I don't have one. So I said, let me come up with something. Brute strength, beast, and I came up with blood, the blood of his opponents and the blood of his slave owners. That's where he gets his power. So I said, So Smash X, and he smashes shit, and he's a beast. So I call him Smash X.
Right.
It's wild. It's a wild thing where Miss Divine, the girl character, she comes from me being in the hood all my life, and I've seen a lot of women that have that bad bitch mentality, that diva mentality, that I don't give a fuck mentality. Yeah, that's where Miss Divine comes from. Now Red Magic, she is like a mythical, like mysterious type of character. She had the reflex of a cat, and basically she's a sniper. She actually is a sniper specialist and everything.
What's the cap?
What's the cap?
bust the cap in the distance.
Right. There you go.
And she got her
That's
name from
the sniper.
Red Magic. Her because her hair is red and
Oh,
all that stuff.
Red.
Yeah, yeah, man.
so apparently K-pop says I have friends that do both SDCC and New York City Comic Con. San Diego Comic Con seems like it'd be way too packed to do anything. Yeah,
Oh
but I've
yeah.
heard also the same thing about New York City, like from both people. It's like been crazy in general. So
It's big.
yeah, like I've been in SDCC, have not been in NYCC, but I've heard the same for both. So I'm not sure. Like I heard, oh, if you go in the Javits Center, it takes you over an hour to go to the bathroom. Like, really? Okay. But then again, I'm not sure because San Diego, it sounds like the same animal, but like literally if when I table there, it's just go to the bathroom and don't fucking move from your shit all day until you get home. So pretty much like you just stock up drinks and shit over at there and just like don't do much of anything and just hang out. Sell your stuff. Like you just have room to go to the bathroom and come on back.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I actually, I haven't been to a Comic Con yet, but I believe I'm going to do great. I believe I'm going to do great there because I love talking and I love to interact with people, and I know how to market and sell. It's easy.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, as I said, let me know how New York City is because I heard it's a slightly different animal than anything else.
Well, New York people is very slightly different as well. So,
Well, where are you located at?
I'm in New Jersey.
Oh, Jersey.
Oh,
there you go.
cool.
So kind of like where it's at. I thought you were like in Florida or something for some reason. Wrong part of the East Coast. But yeah, for some reason
Which
I
city in
thought.
New Jersey?
What'd you say?
Which city in New Jersey?
Camden.
Camden. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been to New Jersey a couple of times to visit my relatives, but in a small town called New Berlin. It's pretty close to New York.
Berlin. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
New Berlin. Yeah. That's I know where that at. That's like a couple hours away from me.
Yeah, I'm from a few hours north of San Diego, so I'm from California. I'm on West Coast right there. So it's like San Diego is our thing right there. San Diego is a weird city though. It's like very linear where LA is more gridded and mapped out and spread out. So I like the weird ones that you could spend a lot of time with critters and meet up with friends. You know what's actually been kind of a surprising and very busy con to be at is in Boise, Idaho. Like the Midwest cons are really cool because people don't really get cons out there and they really like them. They want you to do them, kind of thing. It's like they're hungry for your shit. So to be quite fair, like a lot of places, and I'm not saying issue like East Coast cons, I'm not saying that at all, but Midwest cons are really great because there's a lot of things where it's not like LA or whatever or New York. It's like they don't have the exposure that they do right out over here. So
sweet.
That's interesting. I just wrote something that is about 3 women and one of them is called Lady Sniper. Oh dear.
Lady Sniper.
Oops. I hope that nobody's really called Lady Sniper, but if she's a lady sniper, that's different. But oh my God. They say Motor City's good too. Yeah. And so people ask me if I know Sean Chen, Bernard Chang, or Jerry Ma. The names sound familiar. The one person that I've met in person is Bernard Chang. And that we did a panel, I think it was Asian American, it was with Justin Otero. It's on my Instagram. And it's at Horror Studios. That's my Instagram. And I was on a panel that Justin Otero put up. And it was like Asian American representation in comics. And I was actually next to the DC crowd, which Bernard Chang was part of, along with Jean Luen Yang. He did American Born Chinese. So they all worked on the Monkey King, DC's Monkey King. He asked me because I was underground and independent. So I kind of stood away from, here I am all dressed in black and shit. Like this is me kind of just being regular Christy. But when I'm at a con, I go into my con mode. And you guys will know that by the pictures you see if you follow me on Instagram. But that's like my con selling mode. But then what it was is that on that thing, it was like the rest of the panel was like Jennifer Chen, I think, and Bernard Chang and Jean Luen Yang, and they all worked on Monkey Prince or Monkey King of DC. I'm probably going to get stampeded next time. It's like, it's fucking Monkey Prince, to me. It's like, but I'm not Chinese. I'm sorry. But here I am doing Demon Bitch alone. And they're all real nice. Bernard's very quiet, but he's a very nice guy. Yeah. He's known him online. Super nice. Yeah, he's very nice. I mean, in person, you meet him, he's kind of quiet. But, a lot of artists are pretty quiet. I'm just the only one that's a loud shithead sometimes, but whatever. But Motor City's really good, too. I heard that one, too. Motor City, I heard it. I haven't had a chance to do that. Duty Beard. Duty Beard.
I have a question.
Yeah. What's up?
Go ahead, y'all.
No, you had a question. You said you had a question.
How do you get on the panels?
It's weird. It's like just you get to know people. I know that sounds like the weirdest thing, but how it worked for me. And I'm not saying like, oh, you have to know famous people. It's just like you have friends in the industry. They do panels, and if they do a panel that's relevant, either they'll come up and ask you, or just say like, hey, if you're looking for somebody to talk about it, I'll do it. And that's kind of how it started for me. Like I know Don Wynn. And Don keeps asking me to go to his fucking panels because we started off at like the mobile workspace, and we started off, and then now he's doing a drawing panel where we sit and we draw models. He's asked me to do that. And then I got asked to do a third panel, I think from him or somebody else. I forgot. The thing with San Diego is that they have to, and WonderCon, they have to finalize it first with you before I can really announce it. Those are the two that it looks like, but I have to put up the finalization of all the panels initially to do that. And it's like, get them together and it's a party. Yeah, I mean, they are a riot. They were really cool. And it was neat because it was sort of like hanging out with them. But I wish I could have hung out with them away from the panel, just because like Gene Luen, he's from the Bay Area. I'm actually originally from the Bay Area in California, but he had to fly up and he had to go. And he had a ton of fans like wanting to talk to him and shit. And then the other two, like, we were all hanging out, but we had to go back to WonderCon our tables because it was getting close to closing time and everything. But it would have been nice to like get to meet up with them and stuff. But I know Justin Otero and his wife, they're very nice people in the cosplay community. And he says, I heard Motor City is good. And it is good. It's yeah. So hey, is this Dallas or Connie? Because it's a team of two artists. But yeah, they're nice. I mean, I would like to get to meet them and get a chance to actually hang out with them. We really just didn't have a chance to, because I think Gene just flew in from the Bay Area, whereas I like just called for my table as well as everybody else. I think they just came out. Oh, so it's Dallas time. Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, we kind of came in, we had to rush in for the panel. I don't know if Bernard was tabling at WonderCon. I think Jen was, or she was just coming in. So it's just for that panel that day. So, I mean, for me, I did the whole WonderCon 9-yard shit. So there you go. So woohoo. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, with panels, how you get on panels, long and short of it, you just know people in the community. And if you guys happen to be going to the same conventions, then I would say that, ask around. Like if you're going to go to the same convention and they're looking for something and it's relevant for you, you can ask them. The worst that they'll say is no, or they say that they're full up, but most people are pretty cool about it. It's not like a big science. And then eventually, if you do so many of them, then you'll be asked to do better and better ones and bigger ones. Like one, I expressed an interest in doing the panel, but it ended up like, and then they said, oh, we didn't have room. And then at the last minute, one of the guys actually hurt his leg and couldn't make it. So that I ended up doing the panel anyway. That's funny. Yeah.
I would love to do panels. I would have fun doing it.
Yeah, panels are actually cool. Like some people get really scared about them, saying, well, I have to know that what you're doing. It's like, well, that's why you're called up to get up there and know what the fuck you're doing, because you're somehow involved already. So
like
yeah.
with like, okay, so during the panels, like you get to speak about what you're doing.
Yeah, usually with panels, they will have a moderator, and what they'll do is that in the moderation, like they'll ask you questions, or they'll ask you a specific question if it's specific to you, or you'll be asked like a round table of questions. And if it's Q&A, like the audience can ask, you can answer it if it's pertinent to you, or if they ask you directly. It's like literally people, you're talking to a bunch of people, they're moderating how the whole show is. And then at the same time, if they have Q&A, you can answer it. So it's like, she said, definitely if you get the chance, Bernard is looking to he usually does Wonder, NYCC, and STCC. Yeah, I'll have to meet him at the right time. And again, it's like, I'm all about letting stuff organically grow. So I'm pretty sure I'll run into him a lot more often. So, okay, hold on. God damn it.
More comments.
Yeah, it's like Motor City is my hometown con. That was a lot of fun. Decent amount of artists, now Crazy Lanes. Where's Motor City again, guys? I'm sorry. My brain is fried at this moment.
Motor City sounds Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Detroit, but I didn't want to assume that. But there is, right, that lady still remembers just about everything, but every now simply mixes up past and present. 3 men get a job to watch over and save her under all costs and are shocked more or less 24/7. For sure. Yeah, I mean, if I'm called to do a panel with him again, I'd be definitely down to talk with him and shit like that. So, you know, as I said, people, I guess I'm having the reputation of being raw and unfiltered in the comics industry, but not in a bad way. Yeah, just Detroit, Michigan. I figure that. Yeah, it's Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan.
I thought
remember that old song.
because that's where a lot of the car companies used to be.
I mean, I would tell you because if I get that chance to be on the panel, it's over. I'm still gonna have to ask me all the questions.
Oh yeah, panels are fun. It's like literally another form of conversation. Now, some people get kind of scared about it, and I was on a couple panels, and I've been on panels with pretty notable people. You just act like you belong there. I mean, that's all it is. You're just there to talk. You're there to talk about what you're doing. Like, I mean, I get imposter syndrome to a time, but you don't really need to worry about imposter syndrome so much. I mean, I think I know there's sometimes we get that awkward moments and we get shy, but it's like you're there for a reason. You got to remember that.
It'll be fun to me because I mean, I like talking about Jarhead. I like talking about comics. So it's fun to me. I mean, shit. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing when we were talking about comics, like if people like were getting into them for the fame. And I said, like, look, you and I, we were talking about this, I think earlier in the show. It's like smaller cons work apply to host a panel, but you can make a pit about whatever you want. A lot of local artists do sketching, character building, etc. Yeah, that's what a lot of them do. Lots of fun. Again, if a person's hosting it, they're usually created and then they host it. The creator usually hosts it essentially, and then they pick panelists to be on. So there's that. I mean, I'm not worried about it. It's not that big of a deal to me. But yeah, it's great doing the thing. To be very frank, it's very much fun doing the thing. So hey, man, keep up the great work, Caleb. Yeah, is Caleb one of your guys, King Daniel?
Hold on.
Caleb McCullough.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Caleb. How's it going? Thanks for jumping in.
Thanks for dropping in, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This has been a fun show so far, guys. Like a lot of comments on here. I like it.
That's why I tell people it's good when you're having a lot of fun, and it's good when you have a lot of people interacting.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I keep telling people like subscribe because it's going to be fun. I know a lot of people are going to tune in for that Jason interview. I already know it's going to be crazy.
Oh, you haven't done it yet. I thought you did it. But
No, I haven't done it yet. I'm actually waiting on his response for the date. He wants to do it this week, but I don't know which date.
Oh, okay, I see. How often do you run your show?
How often do I do my shows?
Yeah.
It's depending on if I have a guest that I have like I could do it all day. I could do it every day, depending on if I have a guest each day. I mean, all the guests that I have. If I have one tomorrow, I have one Sunday. I have one Saturday. I have one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that's something that I love. I love doing it because it keeps me busy, and I love a packed schedule. That's just me. You know what I mean? I love having a packed schedule because I just knock them out.
Every day of the week.
Yeah. It's a job to me. I'm addicted to it. So, when you're addicted to something, you can't stop doing it. I love doing it. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. Like for me, it's like going on that thing. I guess we got sidetracked on that, but it's like for me, it's like you can't do comics or really anything for the fame. because the thing is, when you want to be successful in it, people are going to know. They're going to read that off of you in a minute. Like if you don't love the medium, you're just using it as a way to get ahead. And I'm not saying you can't get rich off comics. I mean, look at the guys over at Image and shit like that. Like it's fine. But I would say that, at least enjoy your job, enjoy doing what you do, because that's going to come out a lot. And
Right.
nothing can spell bullshit more than some comics fans that can smell bullshit more than some comics fans that know that you're not in it to win it. You're just in it to just kind of get famous and just use their money. And it's like that kind
Yeah.
of off because they want to have interaction. They want to be fans. I think comics in general and entertainment, it's like nothing lives more than the fans. If you don't have fans, you're fucked.
And that's why I tell people, the people that watch my show are the people that want to have fun, that want to watch what I do, want to watch who I interview. People like the last two times I had Eric Larson on the show, people tuned in, like still talking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it's crazy. I've had to do that built that actually did the Boondocks. I know y'all heard about the Boondocks. I know y'all watched that.
Yeah, I heard about the Boondocks. I remember I used to read the strip of the Boondocks
Actually,
when I was in West Virginia.
I actually interviewed the guy that actually produced it.
Really?
Oh, nice.
How did it go?
It went great. His name is Mr. Rodney Barnes. It went great.
Oh, Rodney Barnes. I've talked with him a few times. He's a really cool guy. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Awesome.
he's very cool.
What award did he win recently? There's like so much shit in my feed that it was a notable award. I forgot. It was an Eisner. I think it was an Eisner, right? That he won recently. It's one of those Eisner.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
he won an
he
Eisner.
won an Eisner.
Did he win it for Blackula? I think he was involved in the project Blackula, but was it that one?
Yeah, actually, you could tell as a host. Yeah, you could tell as a host who's having fun and who's not, because I watch people's body language to see if they're having fun.
Right. So
I'll make.
oh, go on. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to answer K-pop's question because she asked about is it going to be a cross-platform or tabletop? It'll be most likely a mobile or desktop game. Just to answer the question quickly. I did type it out, but just in case, out of context. And it's like, oh, Raw Dog's here. He's the one that does Real Deal Comics.
Real Deal.
Yeah, that shit is funny. It's about like people in the ghetto and they do fucked up shit like gore dancing each other and skull dragging each other and killing each other and shit. And then he's working on a new Real Deal graphic novel in the meantime, along with some other projects. I've actually helped him write a couple stories just because I sat there and I just wrote whatever. And then let's see, they're really nervous. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, so it is. And Blackula. Yeah, I think it was Blackula. Yeah, because sometimes when I say stuff that makes that's like weird to Lawrence, he's like this. He's like Blackula hands. Not me. He says it. So, yeah, but look up Real Deal Comics. It's the Real Deal COMIX. That shit is so funny. It's published through Fantagraphics. So Real Deal Comics.
Real Deal.
Yeah, I think it was an Eisner for Blackula. He apparently wrote the graphic novel for Blackula. Because like Blackula had these hands like this, because like it's supposed to be the spooky like this, because like the shit was shot in the 60s and 70s, right? Because it's based on the original movie. So like the blaxploitation stuff, and then so it's like he's like this, like so. I found a doll and I showed it to Lawrence, and it was like the doll, like it looked like he was going to strangle you. Crap, you so yeah, Lawrence Raw Dog Hubbard. He does Real Deal Comics, and he writes about shit in the ghetto, and it's fucking fun because they're just ridiculous. And he's actually contributed. I have a Kickstarter coming up on September the 12th, and that will feature his fan art. And it's usually GC, one of his characters, beating the shit out of Demon Bitch for doing something awful to her. But that's okay because she's a she-demon. More rage per page, more slaughter for your dollar. Yeah, that's the tagline there. But yeah, look up Real Deal Comics. Check it out. It's on Fantagraphics. He released another one called PSYOP, but then he's going to do another one. I don't know what this one's going to be titled, but the new Blackula series that came out was good. Was it the comic series? I'm trying to remember. Because I remember watching Blackula when I was little, and him yelling, like him having the fangs and shit, and the girl screaming, like freaked me out as a kid. But now I look at that shit and laugh now. But yeah, he wrote Blackula. I think they try to bring that genre kind of thing back with Vampire in Brooklyn, but it didn't quite work out. I heard it sucked, actually, that movie. But yeah,
I find it funny. I mean, the Vampire in Brooklyn. I watched it years ago, many years ago, and I remember that scene, one particular scene from that movie, when the Dracula, the vampire played by Eddie Murphy, disguises himself as a pastor after killing the actual pastor. So he has to do the sermon, but when he walked into the church, the smoke started to seep out. So he called the audience to step out, decided to go outside while he's doing the sermon on the balcony. And when he's doing the sermon, he said, because he was evil, and evil is good. And all the audience go, what the fuck?
right. There's a series out that's come out this year. I think it's still going. Is it a comic series or is it a TV series? I'm trying to find the Blackula toy where we got Blackula hands from. It's easy to find on Facebook, but it's not. Let me find it out here. Hold on. Let me see if I can download it from my phone and stuff. But yeah, so it's like Blackula hands or something like that. But Blackula hands. Now I gotta look at Blackula hands. Thanks, Lawrence.
That was funny.
Blackula hands. Because like we found one where he's like getting out of the thing, but it's like that's not it. But sometimes Lawrence will say like, "I'm rising from my crypt." What is it? Let me see. Fuck. I need to find that fucking thing. Oh, this sucks. So I'm trying to like find. Sorry, there's like this weird thing. Oh, the comic. Okay, so it's the comic.
Oh, it's a comic.
Yeah. Let me find it. Hold on. Let me go find Blackula.
What the heck was that beeping? What the heck was that beeping noise?
Oh,
that's not my stuff.
That's a washing machine.
That's
a washing machine.
I thought it was a microwave or something.
No, just a crazy ass washing machine.
Oh.
So how things going, Chris?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm a bit tired. Sorry for not being too vocal this time. But then again, it's fascinating listening to you guys talking.
Yeah. It's actually fun, like talking about this stuff too. I'm trying to find that stupid fucking figures that where it started it all. Lawrence, help me out here. Send it to me. Because I would.
Yeah, Lawrence. Yeah, real deal.
Yeah, do you have it? So I need to put it in here and put it up there. Because it's like literally him going, like he's kind of strangling you. Like it's kind of on the side, but he's like trying to strangle you. I'm trying to find it, and like so whenever I say something, and then Lawrence gets irritated at me, he's like Blackula hands, Blackula hands, Blackula hands. Like I had a black cat. I have a black cat, and she fucking hit him, and so like 'cause she's a bitch. So like he went Blackula hands on her. I'm gonna find my Blackula hands. I can't find it. Darn it! You
Dang
guys
it.
disappoint. Okay, somebody look for it because I gotta go and run this show. It's like Blackula hands. Oh, here we go. We found it. Okay, right when I was about.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah. Okay.
Imbigonate.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta do this. Come on. All right.
Can't wait to see it.
Fuck. Ah, here we go. Save images. Blackula hands. Okay.
And here we go.
Now you will know what is Blackula hands. Now, in a minute. Hold on. Let me upload this fucker. Hold on. because you guys need to know what is the beauty of Blackula hands. All right, let me just. Here we go. I'm doing that. Blackula hands. I'm going to put this up here. Okay, so this is Blackula hands right here. So for a while, when I would make him mad or say something fucked up, Lawrence would put this up like that because he looks like he's gonna
Black hands.
Blackula hands. Hashtag Blackula hands. Blackula hands. But you see the strangulation, right, King Daniel? Like the whole, like it's almost kind of like Homer Simpson, but like, you know, with Bart Simpson, except it's like not why you little. It's more like Blackula.
Yeah.
So I'll say something fucked up in front of Lawrence, and I'll be like, like now we will keep that forever. Blackula hands forever.
That should be a meme.
Oh, it is Blackula hands. So if you guys want it, I can give you that picture, and you can make that last forever. So that's Blackula hands.
You should make a meme on your channel.
Oh yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Actually, you can download it. Let me send it to you. Actually, as I've sent you many of offensive things.
And make it.
Of course.
Yeah,
Meme generator.
I'll send it to you over Facebook.
Well, I'm not a meme maker, but hey, I don't mind it.
There you go. Here, I sent you Blackula hands. Let me know if you got it.
Anybody can do memes nowadays.
I just have to show Blackula hands all over again because that shit is so funny. There you go. This is like that's Demon Bitch. Like she says something fucked up and stupid. It's like
that could be the next drawing for
Yeah.
Demon Bitch.
You actually sent it.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. It's like Blackula hands.
Blackula.
It's just like when I say something fucked up, he just send that to me, and I'm just like
Blackula.
Blackula hands. And sometimes I wouldn't stop, and he'd be like Blackula hands, Blackula hands, Blackula hands, and then he went to Spirit and bought these like hands, like monster hands that are brown, like they look like Blackula hands, like the exact same shape. And then he'd show me that picture every time I'd say something offensive to him. He's just like, I'll have to find that picture. Once he sends that to me, I'll go upload that picture. Blackula hands like that. Some people dropped off because they heard me talking about Blackula hands a lot. So there you go. Hashtag Blackula hands. There you go.
That would be an awesome crossover with Demon Bitch and Blackula for Halloween special.
Yeah, like he tried to suck her blood and then he gets food poisoning because she's so gross. God, what is this shit?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I like drawing fucked up shit like that and everything.
No, he wouldn't just get food poisoning, but like cancer in his digestive system, most likely.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. He might get stomach cancer or whatever vampires get.
Or Crohn's disease, like stick figure.
Oh, sticky, yeah. Like it's funny because like one of my friends come up with the funniest shit. Like if we don't like somebody, and there's usually a good reason why we don't, because they're usually a piece of shit. And one of my friends like saw this girl and he looked at her and he just said, God, she looks like she smells like sour milk.
Ugh.
Ew.
And I just sat there and I'm like, that's horrible.
Ew. Ew.
You're like, that's nasty.
That's nasty as shit.
Man, I even made you like fucking feel grossed out too.
Actually, I should use that as an insult. That's just
yeah,
perfect.
just tell people that they look like they smell like sour milk.
It's sour.
Sound, smell,
As-
looks like.
As if we was how we would say it, sour milk, bitch ass.
So milk bitch ass.
Okay, so this is how my friends and I are. Okay, so what are insults?
This
come
one,
with? It's
the,
like,
the king.
I'll come up with an insult, right? So we'll say like, okay, so I knew this girl that was like a piece of shit, like meth whore, right? Like she just like lied And whenever anybody would help her, she'd like accuse all the guys at work, relentlessly of sexual harassment. And they would never, like that type of bitch, right? Like not actual sexual harassment, but just like if the guy was nice to her and said hello to her, she would rush up to HR and say that he sexually harassed her, like that bitch that you hate. Anyway, so I looked at her. I said, because she was scrawny as fuck, and I called her. So I said, "Oh, look, she's like a stick figure." So we called her stick figure, right? And so some of my friends like looked at her, and she's like bone white. Her skin was like really bone white. Like I know I'm pale. No, she was bone white. Like she fucking put on like clown makeup on her fucking face or some shit every day. Like I had no idea.
Or drinking too much Dove soap.
I
Yeah.
don't know. That bitch probably put on like Clorox gel, like Clorox gel bleach, so she would actually appear.
Mama's got the magic of Clorox.
I don't know. When we looked at her, she looked dirty. Like it's. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but she looked like she didn't. She looked like she didn't wash herself properly. That's what I mean. Like she was gross, and so so what ended up happening is that so I call her Sticky, and so my friends would call her Sticky, and one of my friends looked at her and they said, "God, she looks like she smells like sour milk," and we were all laughing, and then my friend took that a step further and they called her Sticky, and I said, "Well, she is stick figure. Why are you calling her Sticky? It's like it looks like there's other shit stuck to her. I don't want to even think about it." You're bad. So I make something gross, and my friends extrapolate. So you wonder why I came up with demon bitch right here.
How lovely.
Well, as I say, K-pop chunky, I don't know if she really smelled like anything like that. She kind of smelled like, and I'm not trying to bring race into it, but it's weird. She like a lot of girls that I knew that were white when I was a kid. That came from really musty, dusty homes. They weren't dirty girls, like they actually bathed themselves, but they would always smell like this weird perfume that kind of smelled like expired baby powder or something. So that's what she smelled like. It's like that weird, like almost Swedish and almost hygienic smell, but it's not quite like it went off somewhere. So I guess that's sort of how it is. And I knew a lot of girls that were white that happened to smell that way, but they came from homes that had a lot of dust and mildew from it. And
Oh yeah, I remember that.
oh, Lauren sent me just Blackula hands, so I gotta let me see.
Oh man.
Got the other ones. He's gonna send me the other ones he sends me. So, but yeah,
Oh,
so he sent me back Blackula, and like K-pop is laughing her ass off because I mean, what I'm talking about. Like you smell somebody, it's like, wow, why is the baby powder smelling kind of off? Like you don't think that shit expires, but it does. Somebody's like,
no facial.
So it's like, yeah, she kind of smells like that. Either that, I mean, at least she didn't smell like cat piss, but I'm pretty sure that's on its way now.
Oh my god.
Then we think of Goldilocks. There you go. Like, there's this one girl like that I saw. She's a real piece of shit, and it looks like somebody pissed in her hair.
Ew.
Yeah, she looks all musty.
Ew.
Like that meme going around where it says like Oscar the Grouch says like it's going like this Muppets like
You look like a weed.
Yes, it smells like weed in here. And Oscar saying, "I am weed."
I am weed. You look like a weed. I am weed.
I am weed. Oh, that. Yeah, we're bad. I mean,
Look
it's
like
like
a
I
weed.
am weed. And then like Lawrence looked at that picture, he said, "Look, he looks all musty and shit, all musty and shit." And we were like laughing. And like that's what this person's hair looked like, is that it looked like Oscar the Grouch, but if Oscar the Grouch didn't upkeep and actually have natural green hair, he would let it like go and let it wash out. So it looked like piss like stained his fur or something.
Wait, is this person you're talking about who I think it is?
Oh, I think it is what it is, but we'll go from there. It is one of many identities right here. Okay, so Lawrence, the other examples of Blackula hands. I'm going to download that in a minute. I'm going to go send this to fucking. All right, hold on. Let me do Blackula hands 1 and 2. He sends me a couple of different iterations.
Oh, that's why.
Hashtag Blackula hands.
And then this is Blackula Hands 2. Blackula Hands, Blackula Hands, Blackula Hands. You'll like go like that. Alright.
Black lads.
So I'll show you what Blackula Hands looks like in a minute. I just like how everybody's like laughing at this shit right now. I'll send it to you and do that. So this one, I'll send those to you. Boop. And then I'll upload it here. I'm going to have a lot of really stupid, ridiculous GIFs on here too. So how you doing, King Daniel? Doing good?
I'm doing awesome. Doing awesome.
Yeah, you get
Feeling
to know,
good.
you get to know a lot of the stupid shit me and my friends do.
Hey, on my show we do the same shit.
Okay, so these are Blackula Hands right here. That's what Lauren sends to me sometimes, like when I piss them off. And let me show you the other ones. There you go. He sends me the other one. He's like, Blackula Hands.
I mean, hey, it's very fun. You know what I mean? Hey, it's good to laugh.
That's good.
Good to laugh.
Okay, so he said, I knew we were going to get along along the moment I knew we were going to get along the moment I heard you had a demon bitch book. Yeah. Laugh out loud. Those are fantastic. Yeah, he would just go like Blackula Hands. Or if like, even if he couldn't say Blackula Hands, he'd just send me those like those are the ones he'd send me all the time.
Those are some very dark wains.
Well, yeah, I know. They're not like the best monster hands I've noticed.
They're good enough.
Yeah. So now it's Blackula Hands, Blackula Hands, Blackula Hands. Oh, somebody sent me something gross.
Oh,
Share
shit.
it. Come on.
I don't know. I'll send it to you, Prismatics, because it's awful.
No, do it on the stream. Come on. Don't be a
Oh.
coward.
Oh, you want me to do that? Okay.
I'm
Me
just
too.
kidding. You don't have to do that.
Good.
I sent it. He says that now after I sent it to him personally.
You don't know my sarcasm already? Oh god.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell. It's either you're bitchy or you're sarcastic.
Sarcastic.
No, it's because I'm Norwegian. You should know that by now.
Well, I didn't want to out you as Norwegian.
No,
yeah.
it's fine.
Hey,
I mean,
well, hey, Loki is sarcastic, so there you go.
you eat shit that like Sir Strumming. There you go.
Yeah, but Loki's more chaotic. I'm more don't care.
Yeah, it's fermented fish, if anybody knows, and it's disgusting. It smells like shit.
Surströmming.
Yeah.
Surströmming. At least it's not Hakaro like the Icelandic people like don't really. I mean, somebody once said wrote a recipe like never ever ever ask recipes from an island nation whose sole purpose it is to survive.
Yes. No, everybody should try to eat Icelandic fermented shark. I recommend it.
Greenland shark.
Great.
Yeah,
Is that Surströmming?
No, that's a Swedish fermented fish. I can get in like a can.
Ew. Ugh.
and apparently they will not ship it to America, or it's very expensive because the pressure in the can of the fish actually fermenting is so much that they're afraid it's going to explode on the plane.
Exactly.
It's like literally like people that, there are people that are literally, they've gotten it in America to try it to see how horrible it is, the surströmming, and they say that the can is like bulged.
Yeah,
bulged.
the pressure and the time it's on the plane, it's enough for it to actually become like like a weapon.
Yeah, and then the thing is that so what they did is like, so some of the Americans that have actually imported it in, they do the surströmming and they eat it and they're all fucking throwing up and shit, and it's like funny as hell because they're eating it. Like,
and the thing is, if it reached America without exploding and people opening it, it probably had become bad because of the traveling.
Oh, you know it's even worse.
Let's not forget about the logistics.
Well, it's
Mhm.
even worse is that sometimes, like when they open it, it'll like hiss and it'll start spraying it out like the moment they puncture it. Like, so it's this
It's like when
putrid
you shake a
mess.
can. It's like you're
No,
shaking a soda can.
it,
Leave it
it's
there for a while,
it.
and some random folks will look at it and go, "Oh, a Coca-Cola. Let me take a sip at it."
No,
Ah, my
it,
face.
The thing
it's
is,
not.
you should look at it like a fish soda pop
Yeah, it's
and
gross.
enjoy
Like,
it that way.
yeah, there are people that have actually like eaten it here in America, and then they've had people like bring Hakarl over, and they're
Mm.
like, "Oh yeah, like we'll just eat Hakarl, and it's nasty." Oh, where'd he go? I guess he dropped off. I'll see when he comes back. But
What?
yeah,
Probably
Hakarl
didn't
is-
like
King.
the fermented fish stock.
oh, I'm sure he'll be back. The king will be
You-
back.
By the way, talking
The
about
return of
gross
the king.
stuff, you should make a character that is like based off Surströmming or Hakara or something like that.
Wouldn't that
Christy.
be Shipper because she looks like piss? Oh, there you go. Welcome back.
Sorry about that. Sorry
It's the
about
return
that.
of the king.
Sorry
Fish.
about that. Thank you.
It's all right, man. It happens. We've had people like accidentally like log off, and I say, "Oh, too bad. You had your chance." No, just kidding.
Shouldn't be a thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking. These guys have accidentally logged off before due to connectivity issues. It's not that big of a deal.
You know, I've always wanted to digitally color. I don't know. How do you digitally color like that?
Uh, I just use like a lasso tool, and then I loop it around, and then I fill it in. But that works for Demon Bitch. For me, for other people, it might be other stuff. You know.
Oh, so you're working in actually Photoshop, right?
Clip Studio Paint I found is better. If I use Clip Studio Paint, I like it better just because it imitates a lot of natural lines and colors.
Oh.
Uh, so yeah, so you got this demon bitch like sitting there, and she's like wanting to throw fish soda shouldn't be a thing. I agree. I like sushi. I just think that's nasty with the fish soda. But you should look up Hakarl. Hakarl is terrible. Caleb, that sounds vile. It is vile. Like Hakarl. What is have you tasted Hakarl, by the way? Prismatics? Have you ever had Hakarl?
Akoro.
No, I don't want to make a suicide attempt. Sorry.
You don't want to take it to the team?
What is the
Well-
nastiest overseas food you've ever ate, though?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I haven't really eaten anything nasty overseas food because I don't want to fuck up my taste buds.
I heard that in India they have the street food is that'll make you like actually doo doo.
Well,
Well, I think you I don't think you should go to India and eat street food in general because,
well, the quality
not to
control
shame
might not be good.
India, but there's. I don't think that place is very hygienic. I mean, that river, the holy river that going through
Oh,
India. I mean,
the
there's so much
Ganges.
crap in. Yeah, thank you. There's so much stuff in there that it's not healthy at all.
I heard they actually get their water from the sewer.
Oh, they get their water from the Ganges where they throw dead bodies in it. Like
Dead bodies, they're
garbage.
they're
They really
crapping
bathe in
into it. They're there's so much gross stuff.
So basically, people who's eating that stuff, they could potentially die from actually diseases and stuff like that.
Oh, they do. They die from that.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
It
And
wouldn't
nobody be
surprise me.
and nobody sues?
They don't really quite have the system we do. They're
Wow.
the level of
It is
again,
not
it's
the same as in America. It really
yeah,
isn't.
it's not the same.
You shouldn't expect the same, and there's
Uh-uh.
also a lot of poverty over there.
Yeah, it's
I
more
hear
Yeah.
level of lifestyle as it is in Norway or America.
like man, like this food that I saw on the internet. Ew, I'm like, do they even wash their hands? And they making some stuff with their feet. Like ew. And they got it on the floor at that, the dirty floor. just
Yeah.
just
Like
making the
from
food.
what some people have said about India, and again, this is not to sound shitty, but India kind of doesn't have the same level of, as I said, the same standard of living as we do. There's, and they said like as soon as they stepped off of the plane to get into India, it's like very funky. It smells very funky due to the spices and stuff like that.
And
Oh, stick.
also, it wouldn't surprise me if the people in India, especially the people in the poor a- areas, have more adapted to their lifestyle over there when it comes to food and whatever it is, and so they are actually more capable to survive in that environment. That's what I believe.
For, for
It's not as
vultures, it's
it's not,
it's
it's
Burger
not as
King.
it's not as sterile as it is in the Western countries. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Ew. I'll go starving like Marvin over in that country. I'll be like, nah, I don't want it.
I mean, I
No,
wouldn't mind eating
you should
stuff in
visit.
India, but I think it was like I would have to know where to go. You know, I have friends in India, but yeah,
I mean, I mean, yeah, but you know, knowing that what they do with that food, nah. Mm-mm. I'll bring my
Oh,
own
hell
food.
no.
Can't you bring your own food when you travel there?
there might be also regulations about that too, like customs and stuff.
Custom officers.
Yeah,
Yep.
Wow.
because you might not actually bring certain foods because they could be invasive species, carry certain diseases, things like that. Even in America, they do it. They kind of do it
Yep.
with like if you go to Hawaii, you can't bring certain things or bring certain things back because of the parasites that are local to that. And it's not necessarily bodily parasites; it's like agricultural parasites.
Parasites, apologize. As Venom used to say.
That's crazy.
And it might also be the fact that since they're living in that environment that they're living in, they might not be able to, be able to handle the type of food, the type of sickness that we are living in. So that's why we're not supposed to bring stuff like food and medication and stuff like that over to different countries.
Yeah,
That's wild, man.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's sadly how it is. I mean,
Well, there's
They
also
say it is what it is.
well, basically.
That's crazy, man. I would never go to that state, that country. No, sir. I
I
heard they let.
believe it is.
You're welcome.
I believe it's a very beautiful country to visiting, but you need to prepare yourself.
Hell
there's
yeah.
Get
where they need you to have shots, basically.
shots, vaccinations for certain type of sicknesses you need to in order to be able to become very ill in that country.
Well, like I think people still die of cholera over here, and in America they used to have that problem until the early 20th century. Then they got
Mhm.
The
better.
ones, the one sickness I'm happy that Americans don't get is leprosy.
Oh, leprosy is really actually you can get leprosy because armadillos out and fucking like one of the people that I knew, he could have possibly gotten leprosy because armadillos are rampant in that area, and I found out armadillos carry leprosy.
Oh wow.
You can get leprosy from armadillos, so you kind of have to be careful.
I don't live
Alright,
around
speaking of-
armadillos.
Hmm?
I don't live around armadillos.
Well, I mean,
Thank
you're not going
God.
to worry about them either in. It's like more from Southwest states. Like I know Texas and Louisiana
Texas.
has them. I think some other southern states do, but that's about it.
Arizona.
Arizona has them. Okay.
Arizona.
But what?
New
How would you catch it if you're not even messing with it?
I think they can just bring it in and track it around. I'm not exactly sure how it works.
Oh, okay. That's wild.
And what's
That's
even
crazy.
wild, I heard a story of a guy decided to shoot an armadillo. But what happened? Because the armor is so freaking tough. He shot the armadillo, got ricocheted, tuck, 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 and then ended up get shot one of the residents in the back. Boom.
Damn. Yeah, armadillos can carry leprosy. So that's not a well-known thing, but that's what happened.
That's wild, man. Nice. I'll stay away from those too.
Yeah, you probably should be around those. It's kind of like raccoons, like they can carry rabies and shit, so you kind of have to stay away from them too.
I heard a lot of people have raccoons as pets.
Well, yeah, but they probably vaccinate those fuckers like you wouldn't believe.
True that.
Yeah, you don't want to go and like keep like wild animals because they'll usually have a lot of fucking parasites and they're not used to human beings, so a lot of them will like bite you or scratch you because they don't know how to deal with human beings.
And what's the mortality rate of rabies? 100%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's why you get rabies shots because it's like you hallucinate. It's not a pretty way to die. Some people have died of rabies, but it's only because people don't know what it is when they get it because it's so rare when humans get it. But when they can tell, like when a animal gets it, but like when kids get it, when people have gotten it, it's like they basically kind of they hallucinate and shit.
Yeah, and some of those diseases are pretty dangerous, like leprosy, which is a bacterial infection, and or mad cow disease for that matter. It's kind of scary how those type of infections affect humans.
Well, what's
I have
weird
seen,
is like you can get hoof and mouth disease, and I thought that was a livestock disease, but you can get it.
yeah, you can, and I actually have seen some of them in my career. So,
How do you get that actually?
that's a good question. In Norway, there was a recent example in the hospital where I work at, where we had one woman who she's now dead, sadly,
Oh,
but she had mad cow disease. Most likely had it but the thing is, because of the hospital were so scared of spreading the infection, they didn't want to do like a biopsy or whatever it's called again in English, where they want to check what happened to her. But it was most likely those type of diseases because she had a
Diagnostic.
farm. Well, not a diagnostic, but it's like a certain
Biopsy.
biopsy or whatever you call it, in order to make sure to understand what happened to that individual.
Because I know with animals it's called a necropsy, but it's like an autopsy. You mean? Like they
Autopsy.
probably don't want to-
Oh yeah, thank you. An autopsy. Thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
because if they made an autopsy, they might actually spread it in a way. And
Oh yeah. Yeah,
How did
mad
they
cow was
get that?
really serious over in Europe for a while. Remember how like British had to like destroy like X amount of cows and shit.
mhm.
But hoof and mouth, yeah, like I know some people whose kids even got it, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, how'd they get it? And they said, oh, I guess it's kind of like chicken pox. It says it's sort of like more painful.
I think chicken pox is more milder.
Yeah, like hoof
milder.
and mouth is like more painful. That's what I heard. Like it's
Mm.
blisters and fever, and you hurt, you get sore.
It's more serious, and the symptoms are more severe, from my understanding.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of hoof and mouth, but usually it's like from cows and other livestock. I've never heard of it
Hmm.
before. But I don't live out in the country, but I found out from some of my friends that do. Like it is a thing in the country, kind of.
Oh yes, and it's still a thing here, but we don't really get.
It's not that common, I think.
No, I don't really think we have had any examples of that here in Norway recently. Actually, because it's so uncommon, it's really rare, like with mad cow disease.
Mm.
But
Hey guys,
it still happens.
Yeah.
hey guys, I'm gonna have to call it an episode because I have something to do. Very important. Just
No,
came up.
No, it's cool. I'm just laughing because it's like we're all talking about fucked up diseases. Like, I'm gonna go. The timing. I know you got other shit to do. It's not like you minded. It's just like it was just funny. But it was
No,
good
no, that's cool.
yeah, let's schedule a show where I'm on there too. because I know we were talking about it. I'm just sorry. I got overwhelmed this week. I'm like, I think this time would be good. I'm not sure.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Hey, whenever y'all all want to come on and do the roundtable discussion, let me know. Send me a friend request and subscribe to the channel, to my Chrissy's channel, and subscribe to the In Your Face show. You're gonna love it. And I'm out. Peace. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, it's just funny. It's like we're all talking about mad cow and shit and pus and all that shit.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
I should also say sorry because I guess.
No, it's fine.
Oh, he left. Oh well, he's a funny guest.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. So I'm just drawing like some animation for the game, and yeah. So it's pretty horrible.
Mm. Blackula
My ass, my ass, my ass.
ass. Something just popped in my mind.
Oh,
If
God.
Blackula has tried to approach Shitbird,
Oh,
tried to
God.
grab Shitbird's head and go, my ass, my ass, my ass.
Yeah, Prismatics actually saw some of the mutual pictures, and it was very funny.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
He was amazed, and it was not in a good way. He said, "This is amazing, but it's not like good."
uh-uh.
Yeah, and if Black Law was going to try to grab, what did you say? Shitbird's ass?
Shitbird.
Saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah. His hands would just like implode just by reaching forward towards her because she's so toxic in a way. I don't know.
Shh.
That's what I will imagine. He wouldn't be able to handle that. It's so putrid and rotten.
Oh.
Well, somebody once said,
Beep.
like, it looked like her fucking somebody pissed in that person's pissed in Shitbird's hair
That beep.
and left it
That
in.
beep I hear.
Oh, it's
It's-
Egg Lady.
It's Egg Lady. Egg
Yeah.
Lady backing up.
Demon bitch, demon bitch, demon bitch.
Demon chicken.
You were just so happy about demon bitch, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's your thing.
Right? It's always my thing.
Mm-hmm. You got Demon Bitch, Shitbird, Egg Lady, Stick Figure, another obscure characters, Cunt Man.
Oh God, cunt man. Yeah, cunt man's great. This is like because he looks like a big cunt with hairy ball sacks on the side. I know that everybody's laughing at this shit right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Egg Lady's really backing up this time. So
It's
much
really-
beeping, yeah. It's really backing up stuff. Back it up, back it up.
Back it up, back it up.
Egg
You-
Lady's twerking. Ew.
Yeah, I don't know if that bitch can work. I think she can kind of like waddle and sway.
Okay. I can imagine that.
You know, and people like walk in and they're like going, "Why are you shaming people for their body?" It's like, no, trust me, this bitch is gross. Oh, everybody's all
I remember
quiet.
one meme. Sorry, I remember when there's one meme. It's a person kind of looks like Egg Lady. She said, "I'm not fat, I'm big boned." And on Arnold Schwarzenegger picture below it said, "Yeah, but bones don't jiggle when you move."
Ooh. Beep, 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 beep.
Hey, maybe they identify as jiggling bones. Don't be so problematic.
The jiggle bone.
Yeah. You don't know.
We don't know. It could be, and even if the bones are jiggle, you hear this sound effect.
Oh god.
Oh boy, doing the empire building is very interesting. So yeah, that was King Daniel Taylor. Just check out Jarhead; it's cool, and I'll be over at San Diego Comic Con during that time.
Oh, goody goody.
Hmm.
Exciting?
I am. I'm kind of nervous.
Con,
Hmm?
con sounds really fun. I really wish I could experience that, but hey.
Well, there you go. You should.
Yeah, but it's kind of far away when it's in America.
Well, you should experience America and all its
Well,
Been
glory.
there
I
many
had
times.
well, I actually been in America, so but not for Comic Con or anything like that, though.
Because you should do that totally, dude.
Yeah,
And
but I
everybody's
will. I need to plan it because I have my day job and my secondary job and all that jazz.
it's like,
So ask for
But I
vacation.
do wish I really wish to experience it. Maybe in
Tell
the
them that you're
future somehow.
sick.
Oh
disdainful,
yeah, because that will be fun. if
disdainful Norwegian face.
if my colleagues or even my boss find out, oh, he is going to America. Oh, hmm.
For research purposes.
I'm going to America. I don't know why, but I am.
Research purposes at Comic Con. Okay.
And I will have to go and like figure out for the research purposes um, why there are a lack of WASPs in America anymore.
WAP. Oh!
ASPs.
At first I thought of, what do you mean by WAP? I go, oh, that WAP.
No, WASP.
Oh,
Wasp.
the wasp.
Wasps.
Grab a big gun. Or raid gold.
Rain it gold. Just kind of tired. I'm like, God damn it. I'm like doing all this shit right now.
Oh,
I need-
by the way,
Welcome to my
how
club.
about the cats?
Oh, they're good. At first, like yesterday, Ink was acting weird. And I was like going, I was like, why are you doing this fucking stupid thing? And so she so like she was just lying around and she wasn't really moving that much. And I'm like going, okay, what's wrong with you? And then she's just like going, she's doing this and this and that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she wasn't like moving very well or something. And I thought, oh, is she fucking like is she kind of being like, is she sick? Like I was kind of like trying to not feel her up, but just kind of figure out like if she was hurting somewhere. And I was kind of getting concerned. And then, so I went down, I said, I know what to do. So I went down and I got the treat, those squeezy treat things, like the Japanese have it, but they have now different iterations of it. So I did the squeezy treat thing and I went ahead and I squeezed it and I let it happen. And then she was like going, and then she ran down. She's like, meow, 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 meow. And I'm like, I said, you weren't sick, you fucking bitch. You were playing sick. Because she was acting weird next to me in bed or anything. And I thought maybe it's the weather. But she just ran down. She's like, oh, hi. Hi, Mom. How's it going? And I'm like, you fucking little bitch.
Damn, Ink. You mean.
That sounds like something cats would do.
Yeah, because they're dicks.
I'm glad
Okay.
that my cat is very old. He's just slugging around.
I bet you he has this look on his face like,
Yeah.
It's a
He
visual
kind of
expression.
looks like me in a way. Because,
disdainful of everybody.
well, yep. Which is perfect. It's very harmonious relationship.
It's like, I think you're stupid. Why the hell am I talking to you?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm just going to sit here and be disdainful for you. Now I'm going to draw a
Pretty
demon
much.
bitch holding gross things. This is for the promo.
What type of gross things?
Food.
Like what? A rotten pizza?
No, surströmming.
Oh,
And
that one.
She would probably bathe in that type of water that comes from those cans.
yeah, it's pretty putrid from what I hear. I've never been around it, but it's like it gets so bad that like when they've tried to open it here in America, it's like and it atomizes. Like it actually sprays out.
Yeah, the thing is, it's very eatable, but the
Edible.
smell, the edible. Yeah, thank you. But and everything else, it's so disgusting,
Right.
basically, and
There you go.
putrid.
I bet Demon Bitch will go, behold, filetto fish.
Mm-hmm.
Gefilte fish isn't bad, but see, that was the gross food that I'm telling you about.
Yeah.
This and oh, there's a dog turd in there with little fucking tapeworms and shit.
Ew.
You're like, ew, why, Christy? It's like, because why not?
Yummy.
It's an art.
It's an art that's terrible.
They call it sublime.
It just looks bad.
It
Laugh
is
out
sublime.
loud. Right? Um, At least she's like doing the gross food and stuff. There's supposed to be a fart noise that's going to be heard.
It's not gross food. It's unique food.
No, it's horrible. It's almost like that fucking food in Sardinia. It's called kazumarzu, and it's filled with maggots, and you're supposed to eat that.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! I've seen that from Ripley's Believe It or Not. Ew.
Yeah, and it's actually funny because they say, yeah, some people die of that because they like, you know, what ends up happening is that they end up like eating it, and it's like it fucked, like literally those fucking things will perforate your intestines.
Well, people want
Hey,
us to
John.
eat bugs nowadays, so hey.
You
Sorry.
take the risks, man. Extreme foods. It's not enough that we aren't dying of cholera anymore.
I'm never going to eat bugs or anything disgusting like that. Ugh.
I tried eating like fucking ants one time. It was ridiculous.
How did it taste like?
They don't really taste like anything.
Like ants?
It tastes like
They were kind of
shit.
little, and they kind of just tasted like specks of dirt on your mouth. Like they don't really do anything.
Also, what kind of ants?
They were like black ants.
Not red ants
No,
or fire ants.
no. But you know what?
Fire ants, forget it.
This spring,
Yeah, that's the spicy version. Sorry.
Blackula ants.
it was just perfect timing. How like King Daniel just left the show. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of some of these overlays while I'm doing this because I don't want to forget about it. So I'm sorry, guys, if this is like looking shitty and sloppy. Oh, by the way, these are sketch covers I do. So if you bring me a sketch cover, I'll do it for money.
It looks like some
Horrific.
choco taco with turds and gross things.
Oh yeah, it has like a fucking dog turd in it. And you're like,
John Garrett said,
yeah.
I've had pan-seared cicadas a couple of times. Ew.
That's John's comment.
John, oh yeah. It's like, ew, what the hell, man?
Yeah. Stupid bug. Disgusting. What? The bugs will go, hey, that's speciest.
So this is Demon Bitch smiling because she's eating a gross thing. I
Now that's what I call Thanksgiving.
It's a smelly fish taco for her with bones and stuff in it.
well, the brown part
Oh,
here is like fucking trichinosis and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the ringworms, like, you know, when you saw somebody's ass on fucking the internet, there's that.
the one that has it look like a pencil. Ew.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she looks happy.
I don't know. I don't like it that when she's happy. It's better when she looks depressed and sad because that's when she's not fucking with people so much. That looks so funny. But hey, my ass, my ass, my ass.
Shit bird.
Shitbird. I'm shitbird. I'm shitbird. I'm shitbird. Hey, dumbass, now you are. My ass, my ass. You know, that sounds like seriously, I think I should go and get somebody like the same voice actor that did Dr. Girlfriend for Venture Brothers.
You can do
Doing
that.
shit part.
Yeah, to do the voice of Shipper, like my ass, my ass, my ass.
My ass, my ass, my ass.
My ass, my ass, my ass.
Doing lots of takes.
My ass, my ass, my ass. That pan-seared cicada. I don't know what those fucking things would taste like. I think it's like hilarious because like with people eat bugs, it's like you say, God, I like shit made out of protein and fat. Can we have more of that? And God says, sure. And he made bugs. You jerk. His name is Doc Hammer and he did Venture Brothers as well. Oh, cool. Okay, so he did the voice of Dr. Girlfriend, and so basically all the people like in Venture Brothers.
Hank Venture.
People are going like, let's see what this is. It's funny
So what
because
you
like
doing, Briss?
me.
Go ahead, see.
Oh, I'm doing this one where I'm drawing this shit right here. This abomination from hell. Now I'm thinking of Warlock. God rest your soul, Julian Sands. He was the one that went walking up in Mount Baldy. It's kind of near where I'm about, like an hour and away. And he was they found his remains pretty recently.
Oh.
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah,
the year before.
Because he went out walking like in January, and he went missing because this is when the winters were really cold. And Mount Baldy, even though it's in San Bernardino area and it's in California, it still gets it's really rough, inclement weather up there. I guess he got caught and died due to the elements, and that was a little sad. Yeah.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I was actually surprised Shepard wasn't all over that. I've been noticing kind of a gross thing about people. Now, this is aside from people that are actually grieving and dealing with death, but it really bothers me lately that a lot of people are just jumping on the whole death train. Like they're doing it for clout chasing, which is very offensive to me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did a lot of really shitty movies, but they were really actually kind of cool. Like I saw Warlock. Warlock was pretty cool. He did actually Boxing Helena, which was shitty though, but it was really kind of cool. But he's done other ones too. It's not like he's done just shitty movies, but you know, yeah, he I heard he was actually really cool, but it's like it's kind of sad. I heard he was actually really nice too. So That's kind of shitty too. But no, it's just like I just seen so much clout chasing regarding death. It fucking annoys me. It's one thing. It's like, okay, if the person died, you like them or really admire their work. I think that's great. But as of late, I've been seeing too many people like do the jumping on people dying, and it's funny. Yeah,
Is it because of the submarine?
it's all the things. Like there was a guy that had
Everything.
passed away. Yeah, there was a guy who passed away recently, and it's sort of not really sure, but apparently, from what I've heard, he had very sharp abdominal pain and fever, so it probably could have been, I guess, a ruptured appendix. And again, I'm not going to get into it. I did not know the fellow. I do not know, did not know him, but I heard he was nice. And I mean, again, his friends and family do have the right to mourn, and I'm not denouncing that. It's just that I noticed quite a few people jumped on that shit, and they were like really ripping their hair out and everything, but you knew it wasn't legitimate. It wasn't authentic. They were just using it to fucking scream on their platform, and that really pissed me off. I said, this guy kind of deserves more respect and dignity, and so does his family. That's how I felt. But she said, K-pop junkie says, shitty movies are my favorite. Yes, I like shitty movies. I love Mystery Science Theater. That's why I like shitty movies. Sorority Babes and Slimeball Bolorama will be ever my favorite. I remember Terrorvision. That was kind of gross. It made me feel like diarrhea, but it was actually kind of a cool, funny movie. Yep, you see it more and more. Hey, Katie. Hi, Glenn. John Garrett, agent of Hydra. There you go. Hi. Hey, Christy. Hey, Glenn. Ho is right. Yeah. And then laugh out loud. Yeah, it's just, as I said, I feel kind of bad for his family, but especially with the submersible. And then they said, well, what about the Pakistani refugees? I said, they both suck. Why can't we just accept the fact that both of them are terrible things that happen to people? Like, I don't understand why we have to pick one or the other. It's like kind of fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that people were mocking that while they were looking for the people really kind of bugs me too. I'm like, I'm all for sick jokes and shit. And yeah, some of those memes, I must admit, did come out pretty good, but there's a time and place for that while they're still looking for those people.
It is very disturbing. I think it's still too early to make fun of it if people are going to do that, because it's
I mean, as I said, you know how I have a fucking sick, twisted sense of humor. I just have a problem with people doing that in general.
yeah, but there's a time for everything, and it's not now for certain situations.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's okay. I'm just saying that I found that to be kind of weirdly offensive when people, and, as I said, I knew of some people that were obviously clout chasing the thing, and it was just disgusting to me how that was being done. Yeah, I mean, you
No,
saw examples of it.
I understand, but the thing is, I have been living my life knowing about death throughout ever since I was probably in kindergarten. So, well, the thing is, I know what it is about, and like I said, it's a time for everything
Yeah.
when it comes to stuff like that. And I, when it comes to the submarine that we, imploded or whatever,
Yeah, I got crushed.
or other people who are losing life, just let them rest in peace. Let the family mourn before you say something. That's just my mantra when it comes to that, because I personally don't like it when people are, and especially when they see shit on social media, people who are more likely making fun of it, or are even worse, who are kind of saying it's their own fault for being who they are.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, fuck you. You're disgusting.
Well, it's like whether or not they made a stupid decision. Okay, that's separate. I think it's just I kind of feel bad for their families, And
Yeah,
just really thinking
that's
about.
what
And
it is.
again, like I have a very fucked up sense of humor. I really want to say that, but this time I don't know. I just couldn't laugh at it. There was just something really fucking sad about it,
Yeah.
And people like that, and then people were going like, "What about the Pakistani refugees?" I said, "That sucks too. Like that's a really
Yeah.
horrible way to die too. Like, why do I have to pick
Yeah.
one or another? Both of them are really pretty shitty." So,
Mhm.
as I said, it just
350.
yeah, and it kind of disgusted me about a lot of things. Like,
Mhm.
as I said, I can believe things can spur on a movement that's meaningful, but I think nowadays people are just too interested lately, or they don't or they don't have the attention spans to actually carry it and really solve the issue, because that would require them to look at themselves. And when the solutions were presented, then you got screamed at for being this or that, the other thing. And it's like, this is not a spectrum thing where, like, spectrum on a political thing. It's more of like, this is what works in business. It's like they're just telling you what worked for them. That's it. So, I mean, as I said, I'm not trying to be too. I just was not pleased at how things were.
No.
And it's kind of funny because some of those very publishers were the ones that screamed the loudest about like the most injustice, but then they were the ones that tried to rip off my work. I'm not going to say who, but that's what happened. And if I didn't talk to them about it, I think they would have continued doing it, but it's not good that it happens that way. And I just found it really fake and very fucked up that people were using that guy's death to create a movement. And again, there's legitimate reasons why it should happen and reform should happen, but nobody was interested in doing that. The moment they just realized that they were guilty of the same shit, if not worse, they shut the fuck up.
But there's things, some people don't have any boundaries when it comes to certain sensitive topics. I mean, it's a time and thing for everything, and sometimes they need to just let things calm down before they even say something. But then again, that's just me.
They want to be the first to say it. That's it. They want to be like, first, I did it first. And it's
the question is, who gives a fuck?
Right.
I don't even care about that. I think sometimes, whatever. you can do it, but I'm going to see and judge you, basically.
Well, you will just be like Felix, like.
Well,
I'm trying to imitate a Maine Coon. Does he look like that? Like. Yeah, they kind of like Maine Coons kind of heavy lidded their eyes, don't they? The ones that I've seen, right?
Well, he is, and he has a lot of gray streaks in his hair right now because he's
black,
getting
right?
older. Well, yeah, but he's getting older, so
Well, that still will add to his majesty, like this, like.
Well, he's a fussy creature that I like, so, and I had to time out him.
Hey, can you come over here, my little big ass?
Ink.
Yeah, everybody knows exactly when I say she has a big ass. Ink. Oh, god damn it, you're getting huge.
Well, Ink basically said, yes, mommy, when you said that.
This is my cat, Ink. She's turning to be a fat bitch.
A sack of potato.
Oh, she's heavy as fuck. I don't know how much she weighs now.
Yeah, but she's cute as fuck. Nope, give her more cat time.
Yeah, she's a bitch though. She would hit you. But she actually, I think that a lot of her weight is muscle because she's got a huge ass. But I don't think she's fat because she doesn't look like she's fat. Like some cats when they get fat, they're kind of saggy, or when they get so fat, they kind of get like they overstuff their skin. With her, she's kind of like, now she's pissed. But like with her, she's kind of still muscular. So I think she's just thick. Like she just wants to run around. I have squirrels outside. They're all named Fatso.
She must have working out.
K-pop. I'm sorry. I would probably be worse. I say, oh, this one is named. What was it? Bubonic, and this one is named Rabies, and this one is named Tick. Like I name all the squirrels really horrible names. I'm a terrible person. I actually do like animals, but sometimes I just have a fucked up sense of humor because, people tend to do things with animals that are ridiculous. And I don't mean I'm not a PETA person. I think they're fucking ridiculous too, but it's just funny.
PETA is too extreme with their behavior.
Bitch, knock shit over. Hold on.
Oh, dang it, Ink.
Come on, Ink. Knock more shit over.
Dang it, Ink. Do you really have to do that?
No, I support Ink. She should continue. I'm just kidding.
You should support Ink, right?
Ink is a cutie.
Anyway.
But she did this, but I still like Ink.
But that's basically how my cat's Felix sometimes feel like. He kind of jumps on top of my damn working desk, and I had him moving on. Stop it.
Right?
So Felix like,
Oh,
hey,
oh well.
stop
It
kissing
it,
that
it,
game.
it comes with the charm. That's my personal perspective of that. So
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna log off, but Prismatics
Uh-huh.
and Quentin, hang on tight. I will talk to you later. Oh, fix. I miss my pug. I called her Butt Face.
Mm,
Yeah.
a doggy.
I'm sorry if your doggy's not around anymore. That's sad.
Mm, I
Oh.
miss my cat too. Her name is Ink. I mean, her name is Mimi.
I was like going, your fucking cat's not named Ink. Mine is.
No, sorry, I slipped my tongue. It's Mimi.
no,
So,
my cat is named Ink, not yours.
Mhm. It's Mimi. I miss her.
Mm,
Damn it.
Yeah, that
yeah.
crazy calico. She has a
We
mind
just
of her
call.
own.
Sometimes I call my cat Fat Fuck. I just call her Big Ass. Lawrence calls her Big Black Booty Bitch.
Mm. And how spam?
Spam is
Oh well.
the ramen noodle fucks over my papa son.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's
Oh,
twitching his
God.
tail. I think he doesn't like being called ramen noodle fuck.
So spam was like, sorry. So spam was like, don't you dare call me that. Because we're laughing. Ramen noodle. Ah.
Well, sometimes I just call him my ramen noodle fuck and people will start laughing. But yeah. Anyways,
Haha, that fits.
Anyway.
I got to send Timothy and admin as soon as you're done. Okay, so guys, hang tight, Prismatics and Quentin after we log off. But I want to say have a good evening, guys, or afternoon. Thank you for stopping by K-pop. It was great to have you. Thank you, King Daniel Taylor, for promoting Jarhead. Please check it out. Check my stuff out at Linktree at Horror Studios at Linktree or horrorstudios.com. And I want you all to have a wonderful day. And thank you for coming. And I hope you continue coming. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as the Madnesses and all of my social media so you can keep track of what I do. And probably read more Horrible Demon Bitch. So you guys have a great day. Talk soon. Bye-bye.